In a crypto lounge with a chart so wild, we're dropping beats and rhymes and we're not for mile. From Bitcoin to Ethereum, we're breaking it down. In the crypto lounge where the markets have abound. Crypto lounge, daily live stream, market analysis, breaking news, it's a dream. We're dropping knowledge, we're dropping bars. In the crypto lounge where the beats are hard. From NFTs to DeFi, we're keeping it real. We're dropping knowledge, and we're making it feel. From bull to bear, we're always on the grind. In the crypto lounge, where the market's never blind. Crypto lounge, where the toll lounge, where the market's never blind. Crypto lounge, daily live stream, market analysis, breaking news, it's a dream. We're dropping knowledge, we're dropping bars. In the crypto lounge, where the beats are hard. We're dropping knowledge, we're dropping rhymes. In the crypto lounge where the future shines.
All right. Welcome to the show, everybody. Hope you guys are doing very well. We have a lot to talk about. LMFG, are you with us, brother? What is going on?
Yeah, man, I'm here.
Welcome to the show, brother. Welcome to the show. What's up, JR? I see you, brother. Man, we got a lot to talk about. ETFs, man. We already knew that this is going to be a thing, right? We already knew that this is going to be something that's that was, everybody's waiting on. The actual impact, I think, is going to be greater than we ever imagined. LMFG. Now we're just getting a couple, right? I'm waiting for the World Liberty Finance basket. That's going to be huge, right? You got Crow in there, you got some ADA in there, HBAR and Litecoin, and so this is what's rolling down the hill right now. We did see some. We're going to look at some price points. We did see a pretty good jump, 22% jump in HBAR. Solana jumped pretty hard. He had some selling, and Litecoin, of course, Litecoin has been doing good all year, getting ready for this. So that's going to be interesting to that OG fork of Bitcoin to see what that does too as well. But you have BlackRock bought a lot of SOL, LMFG. What you take, man, before we get into it, because we got a lot to get into today. We're going to really be heavy on the actual altcoin ETF standpoint, really get into the know on that, and some Bitcoin news as well. We're going to talk about a fork, 2026 potential fork. Very serious. I don't know if it's going to be a soft or a hard. That is to be determined, but this could happen, and it could really change some things for Bitcoin. We'll get into that. Michael Saylor, MicroStrategies, got a credit rating. We'll talk about that too as well. But as far as these actual ETFs, LMFG, we've been talking about this a lot. We've been anticipating this, and we've seen HBAR, LTC, Solana, which Solana has multiple altcoin ETFs that are launching at this point in time. What's your take on the price point hikes, the preliminary look at it, essentially? I'm pretty excited.
Yeah, no, this is great, and the timing is, right before the holidays.
Yeah.
This is what we hoping for. I'm just all worried about all this stuff with they're going up to the Clarity Act. They want to tweak the Genius Act already. It's
yeah, we're definitely going to talk about that. I think we just lost LMFG. Yeah, I think he dropped. He'll be back. And he's back. I think we got him back.
I'm still
there
here.
You go. Okay. Yeah, I see you dropped off the screen there.
Yeah, I see it going down below. I'm back to 110K.
Okay. Yeah, man. Do you want to finish your thought there? Because you got cut off at the end.
Yeah, I was just saying that it's with the ETFs, everything it's great with the timing. I think before the holidays here, and then I just don't like with the politicians going after the Clarity Act. They want to tweak that, and now they want to actually go back and tweak the Genius Act. This is I don't see it ever going through. I mean, you mentioned it last night on the members only.
Yeah,
I don't know. It's crazy.
It's really disappointing because. And I'll talk to you about this in private and on a couple of lives too. I talked about this. The congressman, the banks are lobbying hard for these alterations. They're going to get them. I think they're going to get them. But we'll see. As far as what's going on with this new bill that's trying to suppress suppress not only the president, but Congress in general for not only developing in the space, but buying and selling cryptocurrency. We're going to look at a response into this. We're going to react to a video of the particular congressman that's pushing this bill. I don't think it's going to go anywhere. I cannot see Trump signing this bill because it would pretty much bazooka everything that the Trump bros have done up until this point, right? Make it illegal, essentially. So, and they got the gas down hard on development, especially with World Liberty Finance. Now, I talked to a guy earlier and he said they could offload all of this onto an entity and let them and kind of like separate themselves and still remain, have a presence, a developmental presence and a buying and selling presence, indirectly, essentially. And, that's some snaky stuff, if you will, but we'll get into it because I don't think this is going to go anywhere, but it's a very interesting bill and a very interesting time, man, that we're going through here. Now, we got a hurricane that's like about to barrel down on Jamaica. It is actually hitting Jamaica right now, and it's actually moving outside of the cone. Now, I'm not going to go too far into the weather because it's a crypto show, but I've been watching this. This hurricane is basically forming its own path. It's so powerful. It's so strong. So hopefully it doesn't move west, right? Because that can affect this country big time. And I'm gonna stop right there because it's very exciting weather phenomenon. The eye wall is crazy. It's epic. And we just got to send our prayers, what I'm saying, to Jamaica, to the Caribbean, to all those islands. And hopefully it keeps going north and swings east. And it gets the hell out of here, right? So they can go and see about these islanders because they're getting hit hard. So prayers to them. LMFG, you said it was raining out there on the East Coast. Are you guys getting some residuals from this already?
Yeah, I don't know if it's from that, but it's rainy. It's supposed to be raining for a few days here.
Yeah, it's.
I don't know.
What's your take on that?
Yeah, I don't know. I seen that the storm is off the wall. This is like the worst storm they ever got hit there.
Yeah, it's epic.
I remember going in Jamaica after the storms. I think it was in '89, and everything was brand new, and there was still so many buildings that were just destroyed.
Yeah, man.
My wife went there, and somehow they had a room for us, but it was like the brand new hotel. It was just they had to re-gut everything because you just see these buildings with all the glass, all the sliding glass doors on the decks broken. Crazy. That's what they're getting hit with now. Very
destructive, but it is what it is, these weather phenomena, we just have to barrel down. We have tornadoes here, in my region that are pretty destructive, but that hurricane, whole nother level. So we'll see. Hopefully it doesn't affect too many people and they can recover from that. Now let's go ahead and get into knee deep into the news today, the crypto news, because we got a lot to talk about. We're going to jump right into the actual top 10, top 25. Look at some of these ETF, the actual effects of this. These three, essentially. We have more too, and I want to get into the other ones like Bitwise, Canary Capital. These are going to be the ones that are actually really moving at this point in time. Solana has multiple, like I was telling you guys, multiple ETFs that are going bonkers right now. A lot of selling too that's going on with this. As it goes up, it goes down. So you're seeing an effect here with Solana that's it's effectively keeping it consolidating at around $200, right? This should be well over $250 right now, but there's so much sell pressure at this point in time for the Solana holders and the whales, which I don't blame them. They probably got all these limit sales baked into the cake. A lot of the triggers are already baked into the cake. So, and they're going off profusely. I'm looking at it on chain. Every time this thing pumps, massive selling happens, right? So, and it's a cap on the actual potential of the price going into probably the next 2 weeks. And then I think you're going to see a breakout in Solana. I really do, especially going into 2026 once all the sell pressure kind of subsides. I think this thing is going to explode well past $500, guys. Because there's staking involved with this ETF. And there are multiple Solana ETFs. But currently $198 as we're sitting here. Bitcoin, we were talking about Bitcoin. We're going to get into that actual Bitcoin improvement proposal, which is going to be 444. It's going to be that if you want to look at that. That's going to affect things if it does go through big time. They're proposing a soft fork, but it may end up being a hard fork. And this is going to be very interesting if this happens. It hasn't affected the price, and a lot of people really don't know about it, right? Unless you're a core guy when it comes to Bitcoin and you're not just buying and selling it, right? you're interested in infrastructure, you know about this BIP 444. We're going to get into it. It's a little techy, and I'll try to make it as appetizing as possible for you guys, because I think you need to know what's going on here. Now, LMFG, I got to get you on the screen too, brother. Let me make sure you. There you go. Oh, it's not. So I think your camera's off. So we'll take you off there. I can't see your avatar there. Currently $115,000, and this is what we're actually consolidating at. Got up to 116. We're talking Bitcoin, guys. Now, what's going on here? This is what's going on with Bitcoin. ETFs are moving it big. You have Larry Fink. He was on TV during an actual interview, basically saying the same thing. Basically saying the same thing. There's not much to say. Storage of value. Yeah, Bitcoin treasuries, which you know, the MicroStrategies is getting a really low credit rating for this. We'll get into why. And I think this is something that a lot of the future actual situations that are going to start really buying a lot of Bitcoin need to really think about this. Is it worth it? Because when you start buying a lot of Bitcoin, like Michael Saylor, the diversity factor shrinks dramatically, especially if you're buying it at an insane pace, like you see with MicroStrategies. There's some actual negative residual effects here that we're going to talk about, that a lot of these different you know, companies may need to consider going forward. 115,000. Now, when it comes to Bitcoin going down, I don't think it's ever going to breach 100K. At this point in time, guys, I think this is what we're looking at a floor. This is going to be your floor for Bitcoin. Now, we may go to 110, but that's going to be something that's going to induce that is probably no rate cuts, right? Number one. Number two, geopolitical issues, which are potentially could actually be going into the positive level. If everything is accepted by China and all the trade talks actually subside and we get a positive outcome, because nothing has been accepted. You see a lot of things that are being posted on X right now. A bit confusing, guys. A lot of confusion there. A lot of posters are sensationalizing. They're lying to a lot of their followers about what's really going on over there with these talks. And you even have conflicting evidence and information coming out from Scott Basin and Trump himself saying that everything is all good. It's not. China has not accepted a single proposal. They are considering what is being talked about right now. It's all in China's hands, right? They hold the cards, essentially. They hold all the precious materials that a lot of the actual tech companies need to build their chips and things of that sort. So this has to be worked out. They have all the raw materials for all these tech companies and these AI companies. So we need to get this done. And once that is solidified and they come out shaking hands legitimately with legitimate agreements, that's when everything is going to start easing. A lot of the pressure is going to start easing. I think a lot of the markets, especially NASDAQ, it's going to start really rolling, right? S&Ps really rolling. The Dow, everything's going to equalize, but we got to get past this China situation. Now with Bitcoin, totally different situation. You have the ETF vehicle. That's that big Trojan horse that's actually moving Ethereum and Bitcoin. Ethereum still going through some infrastructure issues. I believe what's happening with Linea and Swift, once that pilot gets running, I think that's going to be great for ETH. Those L2s are the lifeblood, essentially. ETH is the mother, but those L2s, I consider the L2 infrastructure around Ethereum that's tethered. Those are the babies that are going to help lift Ethereum into another realm going into the next 5 to 10 years, guys. I do believe that Linea is going to be one of those really, really robust infrastructures that those L2s is going to do it. We're going to be talking about XRP. Some great news, great XRP news I got to get into today. Landmark case that involved an XRP holder as well in India, which set a precedent, and some sidechain news that is very robust for XRP. We'll get into that in a little bit, but just to actually encapsulate what I'm trying to tell you about Bitcoin, essentially, this is just going to continue to ascend, but it's going to be a very slow ascension. And every time we hit 120, 122, 124, you're going to see selling, which is going to actually catapult us back to where you see now. So this is going to be a consistent theme until 2026, maybe Q2. We got to get past the potential of a rate cut as well. If we do get a rate cut, some say 50 basis points. LMFG, I don't know what you think about this. I'm thinking 25 basis points. If we get a rate cut at all, what's your take on this?
Yeah, I think he's going to go 25 basis points. For one, they did get some numbers with the jobs numbers didn't look good. And then, you see a bunch of announcements right now. I mean, Amazon said 30,000. Now they're down to 14,000. So,
yeah.
There's a couple other ones that are making some major changes, major layoffs. So I say a quarter point for sure. We'll find out tomorrow afternoon.
Man, is it going to matter, right? Because it's a Fed cut. That's a Fed rate cut. I think that's what's penciled in right now. You see the stock market going up. You see Bitcoin going up. It's all priced in. Okay. We might see a little bounce, but I don't expect much. Yeah, it's going to be very interesting. By the way, Trump Media launched a prediction market platform, guys. Starseed, how are you? It's great to see you in the chat there, Starseed. There's an actual link pinned up top if you want to come on stage and say hello as well and voice your opinion. But good to see you, Starseed Wiz. Hope Wiz is doing good too as well. Trump Media launches prediction markets, guys. So Polymarket is going to have some competitors here. Trump, I got to tell you, LMFG, Trump is, he's competing with everybody. He's always been this guy, right? No matter what he's doing, he's a competitor, a very arrogant guy in a good way, as a competitive guy. He's a competitor, right? He even wanted to own a football franchise before. You remember his ventures into the NFL. It didn't go very well. He ended up getting an off league, I think arena football team or whatever it was, or I forgot what it was. Trump was very into wanting to actually get into sports. The building when he was building buildings and things like real estate. He's always been a competitor. He's in our space now, and you could clearly see that competitiveness still in him, even at his age right now. He's embedding himself in crypto. He has his sons doing a lot of that heavy lifting for him. Why he is presidenting, right? Presidenting, is that, if that's even a word. Now he's getting into the actual prediction market, and he's creating this particular situation. What's your take, bro? Because Polymarket, you have, I think Kalashi is another one. There's another one too as well. Trump is getting into that market of predictions. This is interesting. Is this unusual for a president to do these things?
Yeah, definitely. Hey, all the power to him, right? The guy's an animal. How he just keeps going like this, I don't know.
Yeah, it's
gonna
crazy.
Be the next thing. What's he taking, right? This many hours a day and at his age, it's weird. It's good. Yeah. I mean, me, I think it's good, man. And his kids are all animals the same way. Their work ethics are just off the wall.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. It's crazy. It's interesting. It's very exciting. We'll see. I know Congress does not like it. We're going to get into this bill that's on the deck right now that wants to torpedo all of this for the president. They're basically saying the president should be being a president. He shouldn't be into crypto. He shouldn't, all this sidebar stuff. Just be the president. Lead the country, right? This is what they're saying. What are you doing? Be the president. You're doing too much. Yeah, this is 20. We're going into a new realm of activity, guys, when it comes to leadership. And this is different for a lot of people, especially for you boomers. I know you're looking at this like, what the hell is this guy's doing? What are we doing? Because you're not used to it.
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying? It's crazy, It's crazy. Solana ETF could draw over 3 billion if Bitcoin and Ether ETFs trend repeats itself. So they're saying you're seeing a trifecta effect with Solana, being that it's multiple ETFs, spot ETFs across the board here with Solana. It's going to do the same thing as Bitcoin and ETH, guys. This is the consensus, and I believe so too. That's why I'm telling you, Solana is going to erupt way past where it is now in 2026, right? So if you thought you missed the ball game on Solana, not financial advice, but I don't think so, guys. Even at $199, it's still a great buy, in my opinion, because this thing is going to rocket past 1,000. You look at Q4 2026, it's going to be well over that. It's going to be looking probably around where BNB is right now. All right, don't hold me to that, but I'm just saying the trajectory is real. And I think it's going to mirror what ETH did, those ETFs and Bitcoin, that inflow. It's crazy right now, the potential of Solana and HBAR as well. That is crazy. We'll get into that because I want to dive into this ETF information, the Canary Capital, the Bitwise, what these vehicles are doing, the nuances of it and the staking involved, which is going to lock up a lot of these coins, guys. Long term, this is very significant, right? Bitcoin is dropping. Obviously, we're having selling, but it's not going to go anywhere. This thing is going to continue to do what it's going to do. Let's get into these altcoins because this is where we're at. This is what we want to talk about. This is the talk of the town. Ethereum is at $4,100 as well. ETH is the ETFs are crazy. Bitcoin and Ethereum, this is your floor, guys. This is why you see 4K ETH and $114,000 Bitcoin ETFs. Solana is about to experience that support as well. Where does it land? The new floor for Solana is up for grabs, essentially. But I will go ahead, I'm going to go ahead and throw this out here before we start rolling with with the information. The new floor, I believe, within the next 3 months, you will see this trajectory moving towards $350. That is the new floor that's coming for Solana. And you can bookmark that. This trajectory is real. We're just getting started with this. The potential of a $350 floor is phenomenal for this particular situation. And you're talking ETFs, guys. This is going to happen to every single altcoin that's going to be involved in these baskets. You wait until the World Liberty Finance basket hits the ground. All, I think it's 10 essentially in that are stakeable. They're going to be able to stake those. The users and those ETFs are going to be stakeable. Crazy volume, crazy lockups when it comes to that. Now, let's go ahead and get into XRP, $2.64. LMFG, some very, very excellent news we're going to get into here in a little bit when it comes to XRP. We're going to run through those prices and we'll get into the XRP news and more news as well. BNB, $1,100. BNB is outperforming everything. Solana, we talked about Solana. Great things going. It's at $199. It's going to be consolidating around $200, probably for the next 2 to 3 weeks, probably all the way into all the way through December of this year. Because of the sale pressure, lots of whales, lots of big bags. They're going to be taking advantage of this consolidation. And I think they're selling. This is a healthy sell-off. I really do believe that. There's not going to be a lot of clipping, essentially. I believe the way these guys are selling, they're selling responsibly and they're keeping this price consolidating. And the ETFs are just going to provide a buffer for these sellers to where if they did want to clip this, I don't think it's going to matter. I think if you got a large clip off, the dip is going to be bought so quickly with Solana because of what's going on here. And the rest of the ETFs, the altcoins are going to be bearing and involved in this huge altcoin Trojan horse. LMFG, this is what I'm going to call it. Altcoin Trojan horse. And it's a good one. It's a good one because all of these are going to ride the wave, just like ETH and Bitcoin did earlier this year when we saw the Bitcoin ETFs and the ETH that followed that. Look at where they are now. ETH was really close to falling to $1,900 before that ETF vehicle took off robustly. Bitcoin it was below 70K before the ETF vehicle grabbed on and it just flew. It just flew past 125,000 all-time high. This is what's about to happen to the altcoins. I want to hand clap that. We've been waiting on this. LMFG, we've been waiting on this, guys. And we're finally here, and we'll see, man. I don't think the sale pressure is enough to really, rock the boat too much. But BNB, go ahead, brother.
With the Solana, and I that's a good point that because everybody, you got to realize, a half a year ago this was at $100. A year and a half ago it was at $10. That's
when we were laughing at it. Remember?
Right?
Yeah.
So think about that. So you got a lot of holders there. Even it was going up to $50, $70, $80. Mm-hmm. A lot of those people are still holding it. And like you said, I think they're selling responsibly. They're not just dumping their bags. Ride the wave.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And it's so easy to do when you have this ETF buffer, right? When you have this robust movement on the ground. This type of vehicle that not only allows you to easily obtain I gotta tell you guys, the exposure that these alts are going to get once they do start taking off in these vehicles is massive. You don't need MetaMask to buy these now. You do not need the Phantom wallet. You don't have to go into DeFi infrastructure, which I love. I prefer to use DeFi to buy the coins because I want to hold my coins, right? The SECs are crazy right now, so I like DeFi. I like the DeFi way. And it's not going anywhere. I know the banks want to squelch, DeFi, but it's not going anywhere. Fuck off with that. It's not going anywhere. But I have to tell you, for the newcomers, these ETF vehicles, it's going to provide massive exposure for especially when they're being, on chain, tokenized, right? They're already tokenized. But when it comes to the NASDAQ, great exposure, easy exposure. This is going to cause the actual holdership to erupt to levels that we've never seen before with these alts, right? And I think that's going to usher in a lot of people to look at the tech as well. We don't talk about this a lot. But I believe not only they're going to have exposure to the coins, but I think it's going to induce more exposure towards the tech as well. They're going to be like, okay, I invested in this. So what's behind this? What's behind Solana? Let's go and do some research. And these investors are going to do the research. And that may actually cascade into other development activities within these particular altcoins, because there's substance here with Solana. There's developmental platform here. These entities may have businesses that may want to tokenize. You never know. So this opens up a boatload of opportunity for not only buys and sells, but for people to actually leverage the tech. And we're going to be talking about that here in a little bit with XRP, USDC. Big things happening with USDC as well, guys. That's a standalone video because there's some nuances there that I need to talk about that a lot of people aren't talking about with Circle and what's going on there. Very, very interesting situation there. Dogecoin. 20 cents. The OG keeps rolling. It is still in the top 10. It's very interesting what Doge is doing. I don't know what the actual outcome of usage is going to be going forward, but Doge is a pillar in the space, guys. I don't even know what it's doing right now, but it's number 8 for some reason. I think it's just a pillar. I think it's just nostalgia. What do you think, LMFG? Dogecoin is still here, bro. I can't believe it. It's still here.
It was 2013 or 14. They made it as a joke.
Yeah.
And this is what we got 10 years later, 11 years later, top 10.
Listen, and
how many billion the market cap?
Bro, it's a hyper minting giant. This thing mints like crazy. That's why it's crazy.
Inflationary. Mm-hmm. And it's inflationary.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
It's just crazy.
Listen, man, all-time low.
Man, I did real good with Doge.
I
just threw that money away. I bought all those Kishu Inu things and busted all of them.
You bought Kishu Inu?
I learned.
So you bought Kishu Inu? Dude, I bought that too. I'm embarrassed to say I bought that.
I didn't really buy it. I just traded. I made so much money with Doge. I just traded all my Doge.
Oh my God. Dude, I remember those days. Kishu Inu, all the Inu coins and shit. We thought we were going to be millionaires, bro.
All those Inus, yep. Oops.
Oh my God. We thought we were doing the right thing, bro, back then. All those Inus and all the crap, man. Oh, those are the fun days, though. Paying $200 ETH fees just to buy into those things. Oh, those were the really bad days. We thought we were doing great, and we were just giving money to Vitalik. We were just giving him all our money, man. Listen, all-time lows when let me tell you guys something about Doge. I remember when they launched this thing. 2015, all-time low, guys, is like 4 zeros and 8. This is in 2015. Now, this thing took a while to get to 20 cents. So this thing, if you would have bought this at a 4 zeros, you could have got a boatload of Doge for very, very cheap. But you would have had to hold that for a long time, which I didn't do. I just gave it away. I probably wouldn't be online right now talking to you guys if I would have kept my Doge. I'd probably be somewhere on an island somewhere, doing absolutely nothing. I don't know, but it's very interesting. The trajectory of Doge is very, very interesting as well. The OG meme, I like talking about Doge. It's crazy. Tron finally went below 30 cents, bro. Very interesting. 29 cents for Tron. Did Justin Sun sell some? Yeah, did he cash out? Is there some sale pressure with Justin? I don't know. But we finally got some reduction in this massive stablecoin is what I like to call it. Cardano, 66 cents. It is not 80 cents anymore. You've seen a dramatic reduction in the Cardano price point. But I got to tell you guys, that ETF is coming up too. That spot ETF, the ADA ETF, which is going to be a stakeable situation. Dare I say $2 for ADA? LMFG, what do you think? Dare I say $2 upcoming in Q2 2026? That'd be massive.
I've been saying it for years. They said I think you're going to see Cardano bounce to that $2.50 to $3 area around this time. And it looks like I expected the Clarity Act, everything to be done.
Yeah.
mid-year this year, and obviously too much confidence in in our politicians. So I still say $253 once this thing rolls. Clarity Act, we need it.
We definitely do.
Yeah. Ugly.
We definitely do. And there's a lot of pressure on these crypto bills, guys. Big time. The banks are lobbying hard. They want to remove the yield, especially from the stable coins. They don't think we should actually be taking our yield, guys. They want it all for themselves. And there's some other actual amendments that are very scary for DeFi as well. Got another video coming later this week about that. A lot of people are unaware of how they could potentially derail DeFi as we know it with these particular amendments. And it's all coming from the banks because they want a piece of it. And it's crazy because a lot of the banks, they didn't respect DeFi. They didn't think it would ever grow up to be a formidable opponent, essentially. So they put it on the back burner. They laughed at DeFi. The banks have been laughing at crypto for some years. Finally, they see the potential, they see the threat, and they're shaking in their freaking boots right now. So they're running to Congress with lots of money, and they're lobbying for these changes because they see how much money they can make, because they're losing their ass right now. Unrealized. It's crazy.
I seen the video with the one guy at a summit, and he says, we got to stop this stable coin interest. That's for the banks.
Yeah, retail need not apply.
He literally came out and saying, no, the bank's got to hold all that money. We can't let the people hold it and get all that interest.
So arrogant because they're dying, bro. They're dying. I was looking at a chart the other day of the actual fraud that's going on within collateral fraud, and a lot of you guys don't understand how bad it is. The collateral fraud that they've uncovered is epic. It's going to bring the banks to their knees, essentially. And Trump is not going to bail a single bank out, guys. He is not that type of guy. He's already said he's not bailing a bank out. And the actual collateral fraud that they've uncovered is phenomenal. And this is why the banks are like, we need help. We need help. Or if we don't get the help, you're going to see only 5 banks that are going to survive this. And those are the only key ones that are going to be actual very sensitive banks that are going to actually get a bailout or be federalized, if you understand what I'm saying, or nationalized, however you want to call it. We're looking at 5 banks at the end of the day, consolidating down to 5 banks, because this collateral fraud is another monster that they've just uncovered. And it's something that I'm pretty sure they don't want to talk about. A lot of people don't understand it. But when it comes to these losses that these banks are incurring, it is phenomenal, guys. And they're saying, okay, how could we get that yield? How could we actually bring DeFi into our infrastructure and basically lock out retail so we can gather all of this, so this can actually replenish what we're about to lose? Because those loans that had the collateral fraud wrapped into them, those are losses, $1 trillion losses, LMFG. That's going to hurt. That's going to affect stocks big time. So, in crypto as well. So, hopefully there's a remedy for that because it's phenomenally bad. Hyperliquid back up really close to $50. A lot of people are saying this thing is going to go to $95 at LMFG. Up across the board, almost 30% up, guys. Hyperliquid when it comes to the situation within a 7-day period. Hyperliquid, I don't think Aster is going to ever catch Hyperliquid, but some say it will. I don't know. There's some pushback. I don't think CZ is going to actually come back to Binance. I don't know if you guys understand this. The door is open now. CZ can actually move back into Binance. He can actually assume his position that he vacated now. It's totally doable, but I don't think he's going to do that. I think he's going to continue to do his private ventures. I think he may actually move up a little bit higher and be more of a forefront when it comes to Aster and those other side projects. But as far as him assuming his position, reassuming his position as the Binance leader, essentially, I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think he wants to do that. But with that being said, Hyperliquid to $95, I don't know. That is a consensus. I don't think it's going to get there, but it could. Chainlink almost back to $20. Chainlink is going to be phenomenal. Look into it. Bitcoin Cash almost back up to $600. We're going to round it up with Stellar, XLM. I think XLM, that Oh, we didn't even talk about that ETF as well. The actual Stellar ETF is coming as well. That's going to be a stakeable situation. Dare I say $1 for this particular situation, which is sitting at $10 billion market cap. A lot room to go, right? A lot of volume within Stellar at this point in time. XLM, guys, big time ISO situation, LMFG. $1 for Stellar would basically create a lot of millionaires, brother. What's your take on that as we move into the news?
Yeah, no, and I see that and some.
Oh,
and
so
some.
you're saying this thing isn't going to go past $1? Wow.
Yeah, I do believe so. You gotta realize it's Ripple net, and they're so embedded in this point of sale stuff. It's crazy. And again, I really think an announcement comes from Starlink. I think it's going to be huge because I think it's going to include Stellar, XRP, Cardano, HBAR. I think it's going to be pretty sharp, and he's already connected to the T-Mobile network.
Wow.
And that brings in helium now as well, right? So
Absolutely.
I think a lot of good things are going to happen with those ones that I just said. I've been telling all my family and friends that for a couple of years now. See this coming. It's a beautiful thing, man.
No, it is, man. I want to expand more on these ETFs because the Canary Capital thing is oh man, it's just so exciting. Bitwise situation, so exciting. Let's get into this now. Just a deep dive into this now. The Canary Capital situation, which launched a pretty robust basket here with Litecoin and HBAR on the NASDAQ. This happened today, right now. Here's a brief look at this. Now, Canary Capital launched both the exchange trade fund trackings for Litecoin and Hedera, which the Hedera one, I've been telling you guys, this one, which went up almost 25% after this particular situation. Some selling, but again, the ETF buffer, the ETF robust movement creates a floor that is not easily penetrated when it comes to sell pressure because of that inflow. This is why you see Bitcoin and ETH maintaining that floor, even though there's been some robust selling. This is what the ETF vehicle provides for altcoins going forward. We've never had that type of floor for these alts. Once the sell pressure hits, it goes down. We've seen this all year long. They go down, right? Those days are coming to an end, guys. These things are going to start, all coins, especially the legitimate ones, the ISO compliant ones especially, they're going to start to move like stable coins. Very minimal, variations, very minimal volatility going forward as we go into the years of the ETF vehicle, the alt ETF. Very little volatility ahead of us, guys. Next 5 years, you're going to see a lot of these move like Bitcoin used to move, very, very slowly, right? This is what's going to happen. It's not going to be as exciting as we're used to, but I think it's going to be more of a stable atmosphere going forward, especially when the tech gets adopted, which that's going to happen quickly as well with this usership. Now, the digital asset investment firms, this is Canary Capital, plans to debut Litecoin ETF and Canary HBAR ETF. We see that at this time, guys. Now, here's a quote from Canary Capital. This is what I want to get to. This is very bullish. Now, this is another landmark moment in what has been a pivotal year, obviously, for the crypto industry. Canary is incredibly proud to have delivered on our mission to bring registered crypto investment solutions to the broad investment public, unquote. This is from Steve McClurg, the CEO and founder of Canary Capital. This is the actual reason why we've been waiting on this. And I'm gonna read this again, guys. This is going to bring all of the actual tech and buyership to the broader investment public. Exposure is what we're getting from this, like we've never got before when it comes to these altcoins and the tech. Because I want to push the tech into this as well. Not only buyership, but tech. People being exposed to what's behind the coins, guys. It's not just coins and tokens. There's technology behind this that can be used in the real world, all right? That can be leveraged. And we have the age of tokenized assets, the age of RWAs, guys. There's facilitators behind that. And this is going to expose this to the world. Now, the ETF launches, they have launched on the Securities and Exchange Commission. The issuance guidance has changed as well. Now, those S1s, those particular applications, this is what's making this happen so fast, even during a shutdown. because we thought the shutdown was going to actually heal a lot of the movement when it comes to these ETFs. That has been remedied. Now, you have something called a delaying amendment that was actually following the S1s. You don't have to do that anymore. They have excluded this delaying amendment, which added a 20-day wait period to the approval process, which will make this, it's kind of brought it to a snail's pace. That is no more. This has been removed. So these filings are going to go through very, very quickly. This is why you see this happening so fast now. The actual final stages, which had a 20-day buffer, is no more, is what I'm telling you guys. Now, obviously, Litecoin and AceBar, top 30 situation. You have more as well. ADA, AVAX. AVAX is going to be huge, guys. AVAX is going to be a huge ETF. What's behind that is not being talked about. And again, that's a whole nother video. But you have XRP. You have even the SU ETF is coming as well. Litecoin, AceBar, we see those taking off. We see the Solana one taking off. These are just the precursors to what's to come. Many more alts that are going to be into the fold here, guys. You have a Tron one on deck as well. Cardano, Link, XLM, right? BNB, you name it. More to come, guys. Kronos is going to be in that World Liberty Finance basket. This is interesting, LMFG. I don't know where the Kronos is going to go. I know they have a big partnership with World Liberty Finance and the Trump bros, right? So where does Kronos go? I know there's some rumbling when it comes to that supply, but this is a phenomenal occurrence era. We are in the birth pangs era. We are in the beginnings of a major eruption when it comes to these altcoins, bro. Go ahead.
No, 100%, man. It's the beginning, and again, Crow is one that people, you got to realize this thing's been running for how many years now?
It's been a while. Yeah, it's been a while.
No crashes, and I believe there's even a Polkadot ETF out there.
Yes, I forgot to mention that.
I'm not sure about Cosmos. These are other chains that people don't talk about. They've been running for years and rocking and rolling. I think there's a couple for Polygon as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, pretty much any chain that's going to be involved in facilitating RWAs, tokenized assets, right? Any type of chain that has DeFi infrastructure, giving out massive yield, very stable, very secure, interoperable, anything that's going to facilitate market movement when it comes to tokenized assets. They're going to be in these ETF baskets, and there are a lot of them, guys. There are a lot of these altcoins. You just have to look them up, do your research, right? A lot of them, like was mentioned, LMFG, Polkadot, Mantle, Tonecoin, right? Aave, a lot of them. You're going to see some meme ETFs too as well. Don't be surprised if you see Pepe wrapped up into one of these ETF baskets. That can reach new all-time highs. The possibilities are tremendous here. But this Canary one, the Bitwise one, a very interesting development here. Now, I want to pivot to the Michael Saylor situation. Then we're going to get into this Democratic bill that's trying to torpedo everything at this point in time. I don't like it, but we're going to get into the Saylor thing right here. Now, we're talking about credit ratings. Let's get into this, LMFG. LMFG, I can't wait to get your response on this because this is interesting because Bitcoin Treasury, this is a big thing. You got a lot of different, infrastructures and different, situations that are really looking and observing Michael Saylor's movements. And they want to do this. I think this put a pretty big wall up against the movement of Bitcoin Treasuries because MicroStrategies has received a B junk rating when it comes to its Bitcoin risk. Now, I want to get into this because this may stop a lot of other companies from doing this. And I'm talking investing in Bitcoin. Now, in its first ever rating for Bitcoin Treasury companies, S&P just rated Michael Saylor's strategy B junk credit rating. It's not good. Now, S&P Global Rating has assigned Strategies Inc., the Bitcoin Treasury company formerly known as MicroStrategies, a B rating, guys, credit rating, placing it 6 notches below investment grade. Now, the report published by Bloomberg on the 27th, which is today, I read this too as well, stated that the rating reflects a strategy's deep concentration in Bitcoin with limited diversification, as well as concerns about liquidity and risk-adjusted capitalization. Now, Strategic Inc., led by Michael Saylor, has spent the past 5 years transforming its enterprise software firm into a company built around just Bitcoin accumulation. It now holds over 640,000 BTC worth 74 billion with a B dollars, making it the world's largest corporate holder of the asset in general. Now, according to S&P strategy, it is extremely vulnerable to changes within the market because of its significant exposure to Bitcoin. Its main software business makes very little money and provides little defense against the declining price of cryptocurrency prices. The company reports 37 million in negative operating cash flow, guys. This is within the first half of 2025. So he's not making any money. Now, and it maintains minimal dollar reserves as most of its treasuries are tied up to BTC. LMFG, your take. This is not good, bro. If I'm an investor, I'm shaking right now, bro. I mean, the diversification is minimal, is what they're saying. This guy is, and he's not shy about saying this. Michael Saylor has been saying, he's telling people to sell their kidneys to buy Bitcoin. He's knee deep into it, balls deep, right? The investors should be very worried because as far as the business model, it is in the red at this point in time. So it's all Bitcoin. What do you think, bro? I always thought this wasn't smart. The investors have been trying to chirp. They've been putting a wall up against this, but Michael Saylor is just all in. What you take, bro? This is not good. The junk credit rating is not good. And a lot of the other entities that were trying to follow in his footsteps, I don't think they're going to do so, bro.
Right. Yeah. And remember, we've been saying this for over a year now. Like, what is he doing? And then he actually sold so much stock in the company. He's not, he don't have 51% anymore, I believe.
Yeah, he sold it. He sold a lot of his shares. So
they can drop kick him. And like we said, I mean, what are you taught? Diversify. He's got how much of that company's money tied up in Bitcoin? It's huge. And now he's up to like 80. He's like at 80 grand or 90 grand that he paid a piece. Yeah. He had hundreds of thousands of them at $30,000. And he kept buying and buying and buying.
He was literally buying the top of Bitcoin. Literally buying the top of Bitcoin. And he didn't have to do that. $74 billion worth of Bitcoin right there. This is not good. And then you get a junk rating, right? This is not good. So I don't know. Like you said, he could be ousted for this. Easily moved out because he doesn't really own a majority anymore. He sold a lot. So I don't know. Listen, I don't wish bad. I hope this works out for Michael Saylor. I don't think it's a pretty big bet. I think he's going to be okay. But reading this and getting this junk rating, I think it's going to send ripples through the investment group, and this could cause some problems internally for him because again, people look at these agencies, and this is how they adjust, and this is not good for strategies, right? This is not good. So, and they own a lot of Bitcoin. If Bitcoin was to drop to 70K, this would be catastrophic for Michael Saylor. So hopefully it holds the floor. I think it will. So I want to move on to this Democratic movement. This suppression bill. We have another suppression bill. I don't even like labeling it a Democratic movement, but this is what it is. Democrats seek crypto trading ban for politicians following Binance founders' pardon. So the actual movement started when President Trump pardoned CZ. This is what sent ripples through Congress. What is he doing? Why did he do this? Trump basically said he doesn't even know CZ, right? Somebody in his administration told him it'd be a good idea. This is a quote. And he did it. He okayed it. Because some maybe fictitious person or some person that's not being named in administration said it was a great idea to pardon CZ. He's a good guy. He didn't do anything wrong. They're sending the same message to Trump as well about SBF. He's a good guy. He did nothing wrong. So don't be surprised if SBF gets a pardon as well, because whoever's within the administration is actually coercing Trump to do this, pushing him to these decisions. I don't know who it is, because if you listen to Trump, he said he doesn't even know CZ, but he was told it was a good idea to do it, so he did it. So be looking for the actual, and JR said it's the Trump bros. It's the sons. And I believe you're right. I believe you're right. The influence is crazy. Oh man, this is crazy. So here's a sub headline. Democrat Ro Khanna, we're going to look at his response to it. So we're going to react to what he said from his mouth. Called Trump's pardoning of Binance founder CZ blatant corruption as he pushes to ban politicians from trading crypto. He's pushing for a whole lot more. Here's a brief little bullet points and we'll get into the video. The California lawmaker announced plans to ban elected officials from owning crypto and or creating cryptocurrency platforms, calling it a response to corruption concerns. Now, Khanna linked the proposal to President Trump's pardon of Binance founder Changpeng Zhao, CZ, which is described as blatant corruption, unquote. JR says his two oldest sons, we're talking Trump's sons, they actually know CZ. Yeah, this is crazy, bro. He previously authored a 2023 ban Congressional Stock Trade Act aimed to preventing lawmakers from trading in individual equities. Now, this representative, which is a Democrat out of California, announced Monday he is introducing legislation to ban elected officials from owning or creating cryptocurrencies. Now, let's get to the interview because this is from the horse's mouth, guys. Let's listen to it. Let's get into this LMFG. I want to get your take on this too as well.
So, Congressman, let's shift gears now. There's been a lot of outcry about a pardon that President Trump issued for the CEO of Binance. He'd been serving a 4-month prison sentence for money laundering related charges. This comes as Binance has been a very key supporter in the Trump family's cryptocurrency endeavors. You're introducing some legislation. Tell us about it.
Now, just before we get into his response, this is true. CZ, lots of money. Spent a lot of money, and a lot of people did support Trump during the actual presidential run before he was elected. There was a lot of crypto money that was thrown, and CZ was a big part of that, guys. He bought the pardon, obviously, but this is sending ripples through Congress, guys. I don't know how this is going to turn out, but this bill is probably not even going to make it to Trump's office, but it's very interesting what's going on.
This is blatant corruption. You don't need to know a lot about cryptocurrency to understand what went on here. You've got a foreign billionaire who was basically engaged in money laundering, having money go to Hamas, having money go to Iran, having money go to child abusers. He was convicted.
Whoa.
He served 4 years in prison. And then he petitions for a pardon from Donald Trump after basically funneling money to terrorists. And what he does is he says, I'm going to support World Liberty, which is the president's son's cryptocurrency firm, which they're making millions of dollars on while Donald Trump is president. And Donald Trump gives him a pardon while he's basically financing Donald Trump's cryptocurrency stablecoin. It is so illegal. It is right in our faces, and we should ban any elected official from having cryptocurrency and accepting foreign money, which the Trump administration, the Trump family has done from UAE and from this foreign billionaire.
Congressman Khanna.
Bro, he came in hot. Before we get into his next response, he came in hot, launching missiles. LMFG, what's your take so far? Because it gets better.
I expect to see that being repeated on the Main Street media. Quite tremendous, and now everybody else is going to start getting this all over the place now.
Wow. He came in hot, bro. He said some things that I didn't think he was going to say.
Hi, it's Molly. I'm wondering if you could talk. Annie Carney had a really good piece this weekend in the New York Times about Donald Trump talking about how he's actually the speaker. We've seen sort of reverberations of that throughout the party. This idea we saw even Republicans talking about how, you can't really make a deal with Mike Johnson because he's not really the boss, and that Donald Trump is. As we're on day 27 of the shutdown, is that the feeling in D.C., in the House? And also, do you think Trump has interest in making a deal?
Molly, I read that piece. It's embarrassing. I was embarrassed as a member of Congress. The White House is laughing at us. Steve Bannon's we're a rubber stamp. And it's embarrassing, as Joe pointed out, that we're getting paid and not even in Congress. And that is because Mike Johnson refuses to open up Congress. The first thing we should do in Congress is to vote to pay our troops and to vote to pay federal workers for showing up as air traffic controllers and approving drugs and not getting paid. And it is sad to me that the Republicans have basically become a subsidiary of the White House.
All right, so we're going to start right there. It's getting a little hot. Now, JR says, how is CZ convicted of laws that weren't clear on crypto? You're right. There was no clarity there. But he said some things that was pretty heavy, bro. Pretty heavy. There's some money funneled to, I don't even want to say it. LMFG. This bill, let's get this straight. It's not going to get to Trump's desk. But will there be some form of this maybe slid in as pork? I don't know. You know how these things work. You know how the sausage making is, in Congress. Will a piece of this end up as a piece of pork slid in a bill? Maybe not this year, but next year. What do you think, man? Because it was pretty heavy. This could derail a lot of what's going on in crypto when it comes to Trump and the Trump bro movement. World Liberty Finance is what I'm thinking, what I'm talking about. This could derail that. Now, obviously, they can run all of that indirectly. What's your take, bro?
Yeah, I really don't see it'll happen. And like you just said, if it does, they just indirectly just do it for the couple of years that he's in there. He's got 3 years, boom. And it won't hurt them, I don't think. I really don't think it will. I think what this is going to hurt is the onlook of Trump. You know what I mean? Because the mainstream media now is going to just keep blasting this, and then you're going to start hearing Pelosi saying the same words. Everybody will start saying the same words.
Yeah.
And they'll just keep repeating this.
No, okay. Yeah.
I don't think it's going to hurt. It's going to hurt him a bit, and it's going to hurt the onlook of Trump. But otherwise, I don't think it's going to be that bad of an ordeal for world liberty.
Yeah, they can always run this. Yeah, they can run it indirectly. So, I don't think it's going to be a problem. But I think this is maybe a sidebar, just noise. I don't believe this. By the way, guys, you have tomorrow. Be sure to tune in. 2:30 p.m. is going to be Eastern time. We have the FOMC meeting. So maybe we get rate cuts. Maybe we get some, favorable, notions from the Fed. Jerome Powell. It's going to kick off on the 29th tomorrow, 2:30 p.m. Eastern. FederalReserve.gov. You can actually watch it there. So, yeah. JR says Democratic Party was heavily involved in the FTX fiasco. Yeah. No, it's very interesting what's going on, guys. Now, meanwhile, the quick little hurricane update. The winds are sustained at 185 miles per hour. It just hit Black River. It's going to be south of Montego Bay. The wind gust within this eye wall is well over 200 miles per hour, guys. 220. The Navy is afraid to even fly into this again. They don't want to fly into this thing. This is unreal what's going on here. So, and it is starting to track northwest. So that is going to be a report on that. My God, this thing is a monster. Very interesting what we're getting into. Now, I want to get into this XRP news as well. This is very, very interesting here. Yellow Network boosts RWA trading with XRPL EVM sidechain integration. LMFG. Go ahead and clap this. We talked about this sidechain before, right? The XRPL EVM sidechain. Okay. This has been integrated into Yellow Network, which was an actual pet project of Larson. He donated $10 million to this project to get it going. Now they've integrated XRPL EVM sidechain into it, which is phenomenal. This added interoperability factors to XRP. Now, let's get into this because this is a landmark situation for the sidechain. Yellow Network, a blockchain network backed by Ripple co-founder Chris Larson, $10 million donation, guys, has been formally integrated into the XRPL EVM sidechain to advance its real-world asset trading systems. And clap to that. It's very, very bullish for XRP. Now, this Yellow's network, this is a proprietary layer 3, guys. This is one of those layer 3s that no one knew about, right? This is a private situation. A lot of what this L3 does is off chain. It's a different monster. So for you L3, guys, there's not a lot of us, but this is one that a lot of you didn't know existed. Now, this particular network, this layer 3, is a clearing network that is leveraging XRPL at this point in time, guys. It's fully integrated. It's an EVM sidechain. This is what we're talking about. LMFG. Before we get deep into this is a phenomenal development, not only for this L3, which is co-sponsored by Larson, but it's being brought in, it's leveraging the XRPL sidechain, bro. That was just actually implemented and deployed. What you take? Because we're going to get into this.
Yeah, it's I didn't know about Yellow Network. I think I seen something a while ago, but I didn't look into it or anything. And then the layer 3s, a lot of people don't know about the layer 3s that are coming. And to me, you heard me say that's the 4th version of blockchain.
Yep.
Utilizing layer 3 is pretty sharp. We'll see.
Yeah.
This is good. You know how much I guess liquidity that Yellow Network handles right now with their RWAs, or no?
No, I don't think that's been established at this point in time. That this was a pretty young L3, and again, this was in development for a while here, and now you have this integration. It's being married into this EVM system, which is the XRPL sidechain, which is another fabulous form of interoperability that has been introduced within that particular ledger. You have this marriage now that just took place, and we're going to get into this actual layer 3 because it's a bit different. Now, as far as those established metrics, I think that is to be determined, and I'm going to look on a DeFi Lama to see if I can actually find some metrics. I don't believe I'll be able to do that, but at this point in time, because it's so young here, but let's get into this engine, because this particular Yellow Network XRPL integration, this is going to be an engine that offers Ethereum virtual machine compatibility environment and it's going to see this particular network benefit from not only fast settlements, guys, but off-chain learning. All right, this is different. Now, this is the evolutionary pattern of blockchain tech, guys, like LMFG says, a new version, essentially. L3, guys. Now, the Yellow ClearNet, which is what is labeled, is a solution that allows users to tap into off-chain liquidity. Here we go, LMFG. It's real-time, non-custodial, and cross-chain trading happens off-chain, guys, with this occurring on isolated exchanges and brokerages. This is a specialty network here. ClearNet uses state channels to achieve this, only enabling final settlement of trades to record on-chain. That's it. That's the only on-chain activity. So this is a very private situation. Institutions are going to love this. Now, Yellow Network team says access to global unified pool of liquidity is the main goal of this integration. Now, here's a quote from the builders of this particular L3. This is an incredibly exciting development for both Yellow Network and the XRPL EVM sidechain, unquote. This is said by Louis Belay, co-founder of Yellow Network. Now, according to Belay, this is going to be the co-founder, the XRPL EVM sidechain offers the foundation, rails. Let me say this again. I bumbled and stumbled through that. According to Belay, the XRPL EVM sidechain offers foundational rails key to the next level of RWA tokenization. There's that particular acronym again, real world asset tokenization. This is the main focus here for the XRPL ledger, guys, at this point in time. Meanwhile, Yellow Network provides the blockchain ecosystem that makes real world assets truly liquid and tradable. So what you have here is a pretty extraordinary marriage here that I think needs to be talked about a whole lot more. And it concerns XRP. And I always tell you guys, it's not just about cross-border payments. All right. XRP has multiple use cases. And when the sidechain was deployed, that already showed me that there's your interoperability there. Now you have Yellow leveraging this. LMFG, this is a perfect recipe. And the outcome is going to be phenomenal going forward, because we know how this tokenization is going to take off. We know how the RWA situation is going to take off. You have a private facilitator now that does a lot of the work off chain. There's a lot of people going to love that. A lot of people going to love that, guys. LMFG, so far, are you impressed by this?
Yeah, big time. Rock and roll, man. There's going to be a lot more of this coming. You watch.
Oh, yeah.
There's a lot of RWAs out there.
They're going to need facilitators. I think you got a beast right here. Major development. Major development. And RJ, you said, what did you say, JR? Speaking of XRP, let's talk about how Ripple can sell the escrow before it's released every month. Yeah, that's been happening for quite some time, bro. They've been doing that for quite some time. And I think it's everybody's numb to it. It's a necessary evil. When I talk to guys about it, it's just a necessary evil. Everybody's numb to it. It is what it is. I think this development right here, I think it morphs that. You know, I think it does. This is a big time development, guys. I think they can use RLUSD for cross-border payments. So let XRP walk its own path. And this is how you do it. It's just my opinion, of course. I think that's actually where they're going with it, RLUSD as well. That's going to be that vehicle for cross-border payments. I think it's MiCA compliant as well. It's ISO compliant. I think it's a better option there. And it's not volatile. The Yellow Network, which launched it. Go ahead, brother. You got something on that?
And like Garlinghouse even said, he goes, everything that Ripple does as a corporation will always involve the XRP.
Absolutely. That's what I'm saying. You have to be patient with XRP and with what just developed here. There's more use case for that. And that volume is going to be crazy on this particular chain. That L3 is going to be phenomenal. It's going to use it. And I got to tell you guys, XRP is the forefront on that ledger. It is a coin of the ledger. You have this side chain that it was just leveraged by a unique layer 3 that's going to be basically facilitating tokenized assets. RWAs. What I just read you was phenomenal. This should be splurged and talked about across the board. You got a lot of BS content on XRP, and it's just about price. What about this? What about the tech? I digress. I digress. For me, this is more exciting than talking about a $10 XRP price. This is what's going to get you there. Now, just to sum this up, Yellow Network, which launched in 2018 and looks to bring on-chain solutions to the problem of liquidity fragmentation in crypto, secured a $10 million seed round backing from Larson back in 2024. We talked about that earlier. Now, Yellow ClearNet now boasts integration within several top blockchain networks, including Ethereum, Polygon, Binance Smart Chain. Following rollout of XRP layer support, the next step on the roadmap includes connecting to Solana, Bitcoin, and Polkadot. So hand clap to that situation. Yellow Network, guys, listen. You need to research Yellow Network. Yellow ClearNet is probably what you're going to come up with. Look into this blockchain tech, layer 3. This is a layer 3 that no one's talking about that actually exists. You're going to see a lot of layer 3s coming up in 2026. This one is very interesting, and it's focused on RWA trading, which is going to be huge. I think they're going to be connecting with AVAX as well. So just be mindful of these ETF vehicles and then this particular integration here. Yellow is going to change the game as well. We're talking RWAs, we're talking tokenization. We're not just talking about buys and sells. The tech, invest in the tech, respect the tech. I'm telling you guys, this is where we're going. So LMFG, we are long today. We're going long today. Here's a couple of developments before we get to the member giveaway. I think I need to populate a couple more names for the member giveaway. By the way, we're going to be going back to Solana for the giveaway prize, guys. That Bitcoin experiment, kind of forgot how slow it was. Oh my God. I wanted to talk about the Bitcoin improvement proposal too as well, which could change Bitcoin in 2026. But I don't think we have time for that. I'm probably going to make a standalone video for that. That's something you guys need to be concerned about. Circle announces public test net for ARC, which is that layer 1 focused blockchain that is going to be, you're going to probably see USDC. I don't know if it's going to turn into a coin. And I want to focus on that going into the week into some videos here. USDC converted into a coin, LMFG. What's your take on that? It is a freaking stablecoin at this point in time. What happens if Circle says, let's go ahead and turn that to a coin and put it on the sale one? I don't know if that's even a possibility, but this is what I'm reading. What's your take on that?
Yeah, I didn't hear that.
Interesting, right?
Yeah.
Very interesting, bro. Very interesting.
It may be a smart move. Wow.
Yeah.
Think about it.
Yeah, think about that. I want you guys to ponder that, because things are of this space is about to change. Everything is about to flip, right? You have XLM gaining over 2.3%. We talked about the XLM probably reaching $1 once these ETF, that ETF, spot ETF gets going, which is going to be phenomenal. Larry Fink says crypto and gold are assets of fear. What are you talking about, Larry? This is from the BlackRock CEO. Crypto and gold are assets of fear amid debt concerns. I think he's right. I think he's right. Tether took over the White House. This is another headline that's crazy. JR says USD might not meet regulatory. Okay, yeah, you talking USDC, bro? No, it's compliant, but there's some ISO compliancy factors there as well with USDC that they have to they got to fix that, because currently it is not ISO compliant, but they do align to the standards. Now, basically Tether has taken over the White House. I don't know about this. This is a headline I saw earlier too today. Now it's tearing it down to build a so Tether is running the White House. I don't want to even go into that, but that is a headline that caught my attention as well. I don't want to even go into that. Yeah, I think we're good here. We're good here. The state of New York is going through a lot of lawsuits too when it comes to crypto companies. So it's really interesting. Now, yeah, we talked about it already. So let's go ahead and get into the member actual giveaway. Oh, actually, I want you guys to take a look at this now. When it comes to this, I want to give you a shot of this owl wall. This is phenomenal footage right here of this owl wall. And apparently this is something epic here that has never been seen before. And oh God, I think he deleted the post. Yeah, that's not cool. I wanted to show you guys that. And that post has been deleted. It was a shot of the eye wall of this hurricane. That was pretty interesting. And I wanted to give you guys a shot of that, but it is not going to work out. Oh well, let's go ahead and get into this. We have member giveaway. We're going to start this, guys. And then we're going to get out of it. We're going to get 3 members, and I have to populate some more actually on the wheel. So give me a sec here, and we'll get this giveaway out. We're going to be giving out Solana. Again, the Bitcoin situation did not work out. Bitcoin is slow as hell, and it was clunky, and it took a while for me to get those out. I don't know if you guys we can continue the Bitcoin rewards if you want to. Just let me know, DM me, let me know if you prefer Bitcoin over Solana. Today we're going to go back to Solana. It's a whole lot quicker, it's faster, and it doesn't take a day. Jesus, that was crazy. They got to fix Bitcoin. I'm sorry. They got to fix the LMFG. It was nuts, man. It was nuts. Let me repopulate the wheel with the other winners, guys, and then we'll get this going. Give me a sec here.
Yeah, that's where these layer 3s, I think, can come in with the Bitcoin. We'll see.
Yeah. Yeah, they're calling it, if we do a hard fork, they're going to be calling it Bitcoin, Bitcash or something, Bcash. I hope this, listen, leave Bitcoin alone. Just leave it alone. I'm going to populate this wheel with some new members, and we'll get this giveaway going. What do you think about that, bro? You know, I didn't go into the actual proposal, but what do you think of Bitcoin's supply increasing? What do you think about that? Good or bad?
Yeah, I say that's bad. It shouldn't be touched. Bitcoin should not be touched ever. That's the way I look at it. Use it as a store value, and then you get liquidity pools and stuff that can take care of using it to, I don't know if it'll even ever go point of sale. I don't think it'll be needed. Yeah. It's just going to be a store value.
Yeah, I don't understand why they would even, assume that, or even, consider that. But, there are some reasons for it. I don't know. I don't think we're going to get a fork. I really don't. But there's a strong push for this BIP proposal 444. And it has a lot to do with the images. There was a previous update that occurred recently, earlier this year. And it induced the abilities to add images, certain text, and it increased the actual capacity of the transaction, which added more data. It went from 80 bytes to 100,000 bytes, I believe. And that enabled people to attach images and messages and things of that nature to the transactions. Most of you know that. They are trying to reverse that because it has opened up Bitcoin into the realm of scammability. It is not actually secure after that particular update. A lot of the core devs are like, we need to roll that back. Bitcoin is very vulnerable at this point in time. Some say that's a Trojan horse. This BIP 444 is a Trojan horse. There's more to it than just removing images and things. I'm going to make a standalone video on that because it's very techy, but at the same time, a lot of people saying that it's a Trojan horse. There's something else within this Bitcoin improvement proposal. It's not just about removing or rolling back the previous update that allows you to attach images and text and messages and things of that nature to the transactions. There's more to it. And there's a big fight going on for this. And this proposal is actually going to be proposed, and we'll see if it goes through, because if it does, Bitcoin is going to change, guys. It's going to change, and it would essentially be a hard fork, not a soft, a hard fork. And we could see Bitcoin turning into an altcoin at that point in time. This is the consensus. So I'll make that video because it's so much, and we don't have time to get into it right now. GR says, I call BTC is a Trojan horse. Yeah, if this proposal goes through, it's going to turn into an altcoin. I don't know what the hell it's going to look like then. So we are ready for the actual giveaway. So I did get you guys on. You new entries there. I had 7 members that I had to actually add to the wheel, and we got you on there, guys. And then we're gonna get this wheel spinning here. We're gonna get 3 winners, and I'm gonna make sure I got everybody before we get going here. I think we're good there. LMFG from 21 million to where? What do they go with? If you were to, we already talked about it, it'd be a very bad idea. But if the supply was increased, 100 mil, what do you think? Is that too bad? It's at 21 million right now. 100 mil. What if they go up 100 mil? That would drastically change the price of Bitcoin.
Yeah, I think you would see an extreme mass exodus. Or anybody that's been holding, they would just dump. It would be so fast too. I really do think that would happen. I think before if it all came in and it was going to get done, that's when you would see the mass exodus start.
Yeah, I believe you are correct. All right, guys. So we have 33 members. We have you on the wheel. Let's go ahead and get 3 winners again. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, the short. It was very informational. It's basically a prelude to or a precursor for what we're talking about today. So, and we have populated the wheel with the actual members that interacted with that video. Let's go. JR, he says it's going to screw Bitcoin, huh? The biggest crash in history. I think so too if it goes through. Now, I don't think there's going to be an increase of the supply. God, I hope not. But that proposal is a Trojan horse. Looks like Raul is going to be the first winner here. Absolutely. Raul, hadn't seen him on the wheel in a while. So we have Raul, DJ1SK. You know what to do, brother. Give me that soul address. I think everybody likes Solana. I think everybody's cool with the Solana rewards. We'll go back to that. And if you guys want to go to, just give me some different, proposals. If you want to go to a different coin that you're, really liking, we could do that for a week or 2 and then swing back to Sol. But I don't think the Bitcoin thing was too slow. But if you guys want it, let me know. Just let me know, DM me what type of rewards you guys are liking. So Raul, hand clap to you. You're the first winner. I will need that Sol, that Solana address, and we'll get that to you ASAP. We need 2 more. I think it's going to be Rami. 9158. And I believe Remy has won it. And the wheel has a lot of grease on it today. It's spinning really, really good. So Remy, 90158, you are the winner. Let's get one more. Is it still raining out there? LMFG out in the East Coast, it's still getting wet?
Yeah, on and off, nothing major, but chilly.
I think it's going to be Olivia, guys. Olivia 08M. And clap to you, Olivia. So this is how this is looking, guys. Let's go ahead and get this total. We have Raul is going to be the first winner. And clap to you, brother. Just a little recap. Ramy 9158 is going to be the second winner. And to cap it off, it's going to be Olivia 25-08M. That'll round that out. All right, man. So congratulations to the winners. LMFG, what's your take, bro? We're looking at a strong consolidation effort with Bitcoin. 115 right now. I don't think it's going to drop any further. Looks like geopolitically things may work out. China has not agreed to anything, guys, just to be clear. But what's your take on that? Bitcoin movements within the week, and yeah, what's your take, brother?
Yeah, I really think that he's going to come out and say China's buying the soybeans. They're going to stop buying oil from Russia. On and on and on. I think it's going to be a rock and roll week. We'll see what happens over the weekend. You know, fingers crossed. You know me.
Yeah, you have to cross them toes. You have to cross the toes too. Better do a lot of crossing, man. A lot of crossing. Yeah, I do believe so too. And as we move to the Bitcoin chart, 115, guys. This is what we're doing, and I think this is where we're going to continue to actually be. For the foreseeable future until we get some major news out of China. And I believe once that is solidified, you're going to see those alts go. Right now, currently Bitcoin is dominating the field. The actual altcoin index is 28, so we're strongly in Bitcoin season, back to the Bitcoin dominance. Altcoin season is no more. I don't think we really breezed it slightly. I don't think we're really seeing an alt season at all. Right, so this is where we're at now. When it comes to the art, I want to get to this too before we get out of here. We're neutral. We're not in an overbought or oversold situation here, and we're talking the entire market, including a lot of the alts, right? So everybody is really, really holding. We're in the holding season at this point in time. When it comes to oversold, overbought, there's no variance there. We are in a balanced state, guys. So I think we should really be proud of that. Nothing is completely overbought or oversold. Nothing is at a fragile state right now, especially if it's solidified. Now, there is sell pressure, but I believe this altcoin ETF situation has presented a lot of hope that a lot of people had in the fold. And I think we're seeing that come to fruition. With Bitwise, that vehicle is on. Multiple Solana ETFs were launched today. You have Canary Capital that's ushering in the Litecoin and H-bar situation, which is beautiful, right? So we're going to get even more of that beautifulness going into the fourth quarter, going well into 2026. And I think by Q4 2026, you're going to see a market that's going to be so robust, not only within the top three, but you're going to see all altcoins that are tethered and attached to blockchain tech that is going to be facilitating RWA and tokenized assets, major DeFi inflow. Those and the ETFs are going to provide new floors for these particular alts as well. This market could be well over going into $5 trillion territory globally, easily, and beyond. Wouldn't you say, LMFG? Beyond that, potentially. This is what I say. This is what I think. But let me know your thoughts as well, guys. And we're going to get out of here. LMFG, thanks for your input as well. And be mindful of what's going on. And if you are in Jamaica, God bless you. And pretty much the whole island corridor there. This thing is tremendous. Be safe out there, guys, and we'll talk to you on the next show.
Take care, everybody. Be safe.